you guys are here. It's happened again. They butchered another live-action remake of a beautiful game. Okay. Don't know what that was. God knows what happened. But Last of Us Season 2. The game is a beautiful, beautiful game. It is a piece of art. I cannot describe how much I love The Last of Us. I really love The Last of Us to the point where it is permanently on my body forever, right? I really like The Last of Us, guys. And I'm currently full of cold. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I am so angry and upset that I am sat here in front of you guys making another YouTube video. Brilliant stuff, you know. I can't, words can't fathom. I want to kill myself, but it's fine because I have an entire tub of Oreo ice cream to eat, and I have tea with a C on it, and Stitch. That's hot. Okay, well, let's get to the point, the matter at hand. So, Last of Us Season 2. I think that, just The Last of Us in general, like the show, not the game, going into it from the perspective of someone that's just watching the show and hasn't actually watched the game. Fixed it. I'm destroying everything. Okay, right, anyway, so watching it as a from the perspective of just a show, pretend there's not a game. Let's just pretend for a second the game never existed. Came out with it as a show. Season 1, I think, has done really, really well. It does get a lot of hate. Bella Ramsey gets a lot of hate. I don't think it's very justifiable. Does she look like her? No. Does she act like a 14-year-old? Yes. I'm fairly certain Ellie's 14 in the first season. I don't know. But I have to respect it, you know? My acting skills are not very good. Point proven. But Bella Ramsey's acting skills suit that first season for Ellie, the first game. And it's done really well. Any changes they did make, I think, were justifiable. I've played through that first game, God knows how many times. I've played the second game, God knows how many times. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. But Season 1 did change a lot of things, for the better, for the worse, whatever, personal opinion. Moving on to Season 2, though, I think the decision, spoiler warning, before we get any further, I realised I didn't give a spoiler warning for Until Dawn, the movie. So, spoiler warning for Season 2 of The Last of Us. In Season 2, they do kill off, obviously they kill off Pedro Pascal's character of Joel, and they do it pretty quickly. It's like episode 2 or something, and it's a brutal scene. It really is a brutal scene. Do I have a problem with that? No, it should be brutal. In the end of the day, Joel murdered Abby's father and many other people. He is not a good man whatsoever. As much as I love Joel, I have his damn jacket. I love Joel so much. I wanted to learn guitar because of The Last of Us. And, you know, it's one of those things where... Anyway, yeah, so it's one of those things where, in the end of the day, it's going to be brutal. It's out of revenge, and from there, anyway, basically watching her own father die. I know that it's not biological, but they are they have that kind of father-daughter relationship. Ellie should be on a blinded revenge mission and should be serious and deadly. Like in The Last of Us Part 2, the game, I'm genuinely scared of Ellie, because that's what you should be. You should be scared of her. We're talking, someone that literally will not let anything stand in the way. I mean, the scene where she finds out Dina's pregnant, it's supposed to be like obviously in the game, she's very brutal about it. She's like, you're really just a waste of space now. Like, you're going to get us killed. And it's understandable. You're in a scenario where there's zombies everywhere. There's also soldiers everywhere. You've got to deal with people like Abby, and they're brutal. They're not going to care that Dina's pregnant. They're not going to spare her if they're coming for them. So, understandably, a lot of stress and pressure is then put on Ellie, and it should be a brutal moment. But in the show, they make it a sentimental moment. They make it almost like oh, I'm going to be a father, yay. It doesn't make sense. And cracking jokes every 5 seconds doesn't make sense in that scenario. Look, I crack a lot of jokes. I'm pretty funny looking at least. But it just doesn't work with Ellie's character in the second season. First season, crack as many jokes as you want. She's a little kid, she's making jokes, it makes sense. Moving on to the second season, she's changed, she's an adult. A lot's happened. She's been through a lot. She's had issues with her and Joel, and then she's obviously regretting the fact that she didn't speak to Joel properly. A lot has happened. She's grown a lot as a character, and she's become brutal because that's what she becomes Joel. She becomes Joel, like literally. And there's this lovely sentiment where he's talking about it. He says that if you should ever have one of your own, hopefully you do a bit better than me. And I think with that kind of sentence and what he says, you expect that she doesn't understand that pain, and now she finally understands that pain, and she's literally becoming Joel, so she's going to understand more about why Joel did what he did. Losing a parent is a really difficult process. Losing a child, I can't fathom what that would be like. It would be horrendous, and Joel did that almost twice. He did it once with his biological daughter and almost did it with Ellie. So you'd expect him to become a very emotionally numb person in a scenario like that. And Pedro Pascal plays Joel like a fiddle perfectly. I think as much as Pedro Pascal was very much a choice of fame, and you have to admit it, he was chosen because he's been famous in roles similar to that, like Narcos or The Mandalorian. Even The Mandalorian is a similar character to Joel in some ways, with Grogu and stuff like that. Ice cream break. Anyway, so yeah, very similar characters, understandably, and I completely get it. I really do completely get it. He fits that style of character. He plays Joel really well, but Ellie should have been recast, or at least they should have got her to analyse the second game a bit more. As an actor, you should be able to analyse that source material and take it and put it onto the screen or whatever, or the stage. But she hasn't done that. She's analysed the first game, and put that into season 1 brilliantly. But when it comes to the second game, she hasn't reciprocated that same amount of effort that she put into season 1. She hasn't aged. You can't age someone that fast. She doesn't look any different. She looks the same age, and it makes the whole thing feel a little bit weird pacing wise. I mean, just look at the girl who plays Abby. People have said that she should have been Ellie, and I really see it. I really, really, really see it from the look side of things, from the relationship she has with Pedro, from the acting as well, that serious vile acting. Does she suit Abby? It's touch and go. She has the acting skills for it. She's brutal in the show. There is some weird writing choices, like when she starts calling him attractive. We're talking about the person that she hates more than anyone in the world. She's complimenting him. That's really, really weird. The writers fucked up there. And there's a whole steaming pile of eat my ass. Like, genuinely, it's so rough. Why does my hair look so nice right now? Anyway, I don't know. It's a shame. It really is. It's a shame that they didn't take it in a route they should have. I think splitting season 2 and 3 Splitting the second game into season 2 and 3 makes sense to me. There's a lot of ground to cover for for the second game, so I understand it. Personally, maybe I think they should have done it with both. So season 1 and 2 would have been the first game, season 2 and 3 should have been season 3 and 4 should have been the second game. Maybe I think that, it might have worked out, but then also the first game isn't as fleshed out story-wise, so maybe you didn't need it. I don't know. But I will say the decision to kill off Joel in episode 2, I agree with it. I think it has worked in the pacing, but we're going to have an entire new season, so that's going to mess up the pacing completely, and that pacing is going to be messed around. So maybe I do think that they should have left it a little longer. If they're going to split it over 2 seasons, they need to extend that story. Obviously, it's like 2 hours into the game that he dies. It's not long. It's a long game. But, so 2 seasons, it makes sense. But I don't know. We'll have to see what they do with the next season. There's nothing else we can do but wait. I don't know when they're going to release the next season. Hopefully, maybe next year, maybe at the end of this year, something. But I have a feeling we're going to have to wait a little longer, which is a shame. Other than that, Police Writers, you have an entire game to base it off. Basically, just copy and paste it. That's what you have to do. That's all we want. That's what gamers want. And the thing is, it's such a good story that even non-gamers are going to accept if it's just a copy and paste from the game. Change a couple of bits if you think it really needs it, but for the love of God, just keep it as close to the source material as possible. Please. Please. I know I have like 40 followers and not one single producer is ever going to see this video, but sweet Jesus, if you come across it, if you stumble into the deep dark depths of YouTube and come across this video, please, for the love of God, stop messing with shit. Anyway, peace.